Can we and should we buy the dip? This is the question I've been asked over the past week, and this is what we're going to discuss in today's video. Guys, there's a lot of opportunities out there, and as we finally had a decent sized correction, maybe it's time to go back in and deploy some cash on the long side. And there are certainly a couple of very bullish charts out there, and this we're going to discuss in today's video, guys. We finally managed to fill some of the gaps last week. This is the chart of the S&P 500, guys, the real chart of the S&P 500, and this is where we've been showing the gaps. And previously we had 13 gaps to the downside, and we had filled pretty much all the gaps to the upside, apart from one, which is around all the way up here actually. Now what opportunities are there? So we do have 3 gaps to the upside here, and we've managed to fill a couple of them to the downside. There are still a lot of gaps to the downside, and as you can see, guys, here we do have where price has closed down on Friday. We do have a very a gap that's very close to where the price has closed. Even though we may open up with a gap today on Monday, we may want to fill this in before going higher on there, but there's certainly evidence there that price can have a decent size bounce from here, and we'll look at more technical analysis in just a second, guys. And before I go into more analysis, if you do enjoy today's video, guys, please do give us a like. It does help us a lot. And if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We do bring out the latest stock market analysis outlook every single Monday morning. Now, guys, in terms of news this week, what we should be expecting, there are no news on Monday. On Tuesday, guys, very important, okay, in the US we've got retail sales, something to pay attention to, okay, very important data. On Wednesday we've got more data. Okay, we've got the building permits, not market moving, but you just keep an eye on it. And then on Wednesday, guys, in the evening, however, we've got the FOMC meeting minutes. Okay, very important. Again, not market moving. I would expect this. Don't expect anything new that should come on their side, but just keep an eye on that. Okay, and then on Thursday, guys, we've got more data there as well, and then same on actually there's nothing on Friday. So a couple of days, not major data, guys, but keep an eye on it. Okay, as any shock announcements in the data, shock results may have an impact on the stock market. And guys, as you know, this week is the option expiration week. Okay, so keep an eye on the VIX after Wednesday, and be careful on Friday as we have the option expiration. There will be a lot of volatility on Friday. Now, guys, let's start off by looking at the S&P 500. And guys, the S&P 500 is at a critical level as it stands right now. Guys, we are right at, so last week we've managed to break the 20-day EMA, retested that, guys, failed, that acted as resistance, and here we are testing the 50-day EMA here. Very, very important. Now price is stuck between the 20 and the 50 EMA, guys. What do we want to do here? We want to see a break either above or below. Now, guys, if we do break back above the 20-day EMA, okay, that was acting as resistance, if we manage to break that resistance, most probably, guys, we go to fill this gap here. Okay, that would be the first target, and if that does happen, guys, then don't discount the potential to go all the way up here and take that liquidity sitting at 4,640. Very important, guys. However, if we do break below, guys, if we do break below the 50-day EMA, at that point we will also break below the lower expected move for August, and that will pretty much give us green light to go and clear that liquidity sitting at around 4,377. And if that's taken, guys, the ultimate liquidity may be residing right here, guys, at 4328. If that does happen, guys, then I do expect to see a bounce from that point onwards. But as it stands, guys, this is still in a bullish trend. Okay, we're having higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. As long as we take the liquidity but don't close below this level, that's certainly still bullish. One thing that I have on here, guys, I've got a trend line. We had this trend line here on the 8-hour time frame. We broke the trend line, retested that as resistance, and now we're going back. So I wouldn't want price to go back there if we still want to be bearish. Okay, and we've got plenty of liquidity here, guys, to be grabbed. Take a note of the upper and the lower expected move for the week. Also very, very important. As it stands, guys, as it stands on the lower time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, we've just had a break of structure here with big momentum, which suggests that we may see higher prices here. Okay, and this one here, it looks very, very juicy here. There's a lot of liquidity resting above 4542. Okay, that's clean liquidity, guys. Make a note of that. If price gets there towards the beginning of the week, then at that point will be above the upper expected move for the week, which may give us a nice shorting opportunity to at least price coming back into the back below the upper expected move for the week. Next, guys, we have Apple here. Very, very important, guys. Apple has finally, we managed to break below the 20, below the 50 EMA. We've tested that as resistance, and now those are curling back down here. Very important, guys. Now we do have a gap sitting right here that wants to be filled. So I would like this gap to be filled first if we are to see a bounce. Okay, that will make us think that the bounce will actually last longer. However, if price goes back higher here, watch the 20, the 50 EMA here. If they can act as resistance, if we manage to break back above them, then those highs here will be the target. However, if they act as resistance, the next target will be the 200 week day EMA here, sorry. And then what I like to see, guys, I want to see this gap filled. Okay, if we do see more downside, this gap is around 166. If that gets filled, okay, then this trend line, previous resistance, comes back and as support here. That will be a very important level to watch, guys. Okay, and if that happens, most likely the S&P will have cleared some of those important liquidity at the bottom of price. Next, UK 100, and guys, the UK 100, the FTSE 100 hasn't done anything for the past week. We managed to come back into this IC perfectly, this daily IC, and we are now consolidating. As long as price doesn't close below this IC, guys, then we are definitely going up higher to clear that liquidity and potentially this liquidity there. However, if we see a close below here, then I expect price to go and clear the bottom liquidity there. Okay, so those are the things that we're watching here on the S&P, on the UK 100, guys. Next, we have the US 30, the Dow Jones, and on here, guys, we have the this is very bullish, guys, and it's been very, very bullish for a while now, which is not worrying, but it's something that to pay attention to, because if this keeps, we are right at the 20-day EMA, and this has been great support. As long as this can hold our support, guys, then we can go higher, and we are very close, guys, here, very close to new all-time highs. So bear that in mind. As long as price can hold above the 20-day EMA, we can make it to clearing more liquidity up there. And if that's if price wants to go higher, it can definitely make it up all the way back up to into new all-time highs. However, guys, if we do break below the 20-day EMA here, that can act as resistance. The next target will be the 50-day EMA. Okay, so those two things are there to watch, guys. We do have plenty of liquidity resting here at the bottom. This will be quite a big move. Okay, watch this daily IC here if price does make it all the way back down. However guys, this level here is crucial to watch. Next guys, we have the DAX here. Now the DAX hasn't done anything, as we've mentioned before, for a while now. Since April guys, we've been in this massive consolidation here. Now one thing to pay attention to is the weekly here guys. Where did we close on the weekly? We closed right on the 20-week EMA. That is big guys. Okay, we closed back on it again. We are able to break down below this, and as long as we are not able to break below that, okay, new highs are definitely on the horizon there. So pay attention to that. If we manage to see a clear close below this, then definitely we were watching the 50-week EMA and then looking for some more liquidity to the downside to be grabbed. But as long as we are not able to do that, then definitely we are going higher there. Now guys, at the moment price is testing the 20 and the 50 EMA as resistance here. Now as long as this can hold, I can see price going and taking some of that liquidity there. Okay, however, if that breaks, then the next liquidity will be the previous new all-time highs there. There is nothing here guys. This is, we are consolidating here. Last week we've managed to take that liquidity and then come back and fail to take this bottom liquidity out. At the moment we are just consolidating. If we see a firm close above this level, then as I've said, we can definitely make it up there, because some clear liquidity right here sitting at around 15,652. That's, I would like to see that grabbed before we going up higher. However guys, as it stands, this looks bullish. Well, it's in a consolidation, it doesn't tell us anything, but from the weekly perspective it does look bullish. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Next guys, we get US 100 and NASDAQ 100, and here guys, very interesting to see, we've closed below the 20-day EMA, and we are right at the 50-day EMA, battling with this for support. If this fails at support guys, then we are definitely going all the way down here guys, and I'm looking at 14,726 at that liquidity to be grabbed. This is the first level that I'm looking at, and here we want to analyze price, whether this wants to carry on or we are going up higher after that. We did have a nice double top here, and that has played out quite nicely there. From a weekly perspective, I do expect price at some point over the next couple of weeks to reconnect back with the 20-week EMA at least. So watch once it gets back there, okay, for more potential for a nice bounce, or if that gives way, then probably going back to this level here, the 50-week EMA, and the 50-week EMA will coincide well with previous resistance turns into support. This level will be huge here guys if we do make it there. Okay, as it stands guys, this price is coiling down, okay, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and potentially a lower high here. For now it looks bearish. Okay, we have some liquidity resting above those two levels. However, I think the daily picture here is the most important one to pay attention to. Okay, if we do give way to the 50-day EMA, that is huge guys, so pay attention to that. And also you can see how the NASDAQ has been leading us all the way to the top, now is leading us to the downside as well. The NASDAQ has been the outperformer of the year, now can lead us all the way back down. Okay, interesting times ahead. If we do close guys, if we look at the hourly here, we've got plenty of liquidity resting here as well. So we've managed to have a break of structure here, so I think that price can definitely go and take that liquidity. That would be the first target here, so we can play a nice bounce short term potentially here, and if price wants to carry on, then we're looking at that, and then potentially that level there. Okay, however, watch what price does once it takes the liquidity, because if it takes it, okay, we may see another break of structure to the downside, and then we can carry on going lower. Next guys, we get the VIX here, and the VIX is quite interesting now. It looks like it's not broken after all, and we've managed to have a week closing above the 15 marker, which I think is very, very important. Finally, we had some nice consolidation above the 15 marker. It's very important we can hold above it. As long as we can hold above these guys, then we can definitely make it to the 20 marker. The 20, the 50-day EMA are now acting as support. If we can see price holding those levels here, okay, we can definitely go higher. If we go back below 15, we can then retest those lows here. There's plenty of liquidity also resting below those lows as well. So if we make it back down, then we can definitely go and have a new low for the year for sure. Now guys, in terms of how we've opened with the gap up, so watch for a potential gap fill here, and we do have another gap here guys sitting at around 13.96. look out for the gap to also be filled at some point. Next we have the DXY, and guys, we've mentioned, I talked about this a lot, that I was bullish on the DXY, and I'm still bullish for the DXY for now. What I'm targeting now, well, those highs here, they look very, very clean guys. So I want to see price take those highs, and then we want to consider whether this wants to go higher or not. However, this looks very bullish for now, and that may put some pressure over indices guys. Okay, but as it stands, this looks very bullish. Once it takes that, we want to see if we can get a break of structure or a smaller time frame to the downside, or if we want to go higher, then this will be the next level of interest there, the next liquidity area. If we manage to get a break, a closing below those lows here, I mean, if we look at the 4-hour time frame guys, I'm still expecting those lows here to be grabbed, okay, but firstly we are so close to the high here, okay, which is at 103.578 or so. I'm looking at that to be taken first, okay, and then potentially come and grab this as well. If we see this, we have plenty of nice lows here. There's a lot of liquidity resting above those lows as well guys. Don't be surprised if we take that, but not before the high. I want the high to be taken first, and then I'm looking at those as a next potential target before perhaps going up higher. Next guys, we have gold. And gold guys, as expected, okay, we discussed this over the last couple of weeks. We wanted this high here to be grabbed. It was, and now we are looking at price being back here into this daily IC. Now we do have a potential here, double bottom here, and also double top. So guys, a break below this level here will activate the double top, taking us back into this daily IC here. Very important guys, watch that. Watch gold this week. Okay, if we get a close below here, it will open doors for potentially going back and retesting the 1815 level. Very important. However, if we do break it out above this level here, then what do we have? We've got that nice double bottom that will be activated here, and then new highs for gold will be the target. Lastly guys, we have Bitcoin here, and guys, with Bitcoin there is nothing, literally there's nothing happening here. We have this consolidation here where previous support turns into resistance, and it's literally nothing going on here. Okay, as long as we are able to hold below this, it's bearish if we can close above it. And as I've mentioned in last week's video guys, if we do close above this level, watch for it being a fake break. Okay, watch for a close there and then immediately coming back inside and then going and taking those lows. Why? At that point, everyone will consider that as being resistance broken. Everyone will go in. You'll have those talking heads going back on TV saying, yes, we are buying when they're actually selling, and then off down it goes. Okay, so you want to see a break above and then a continuation to be more bullish, target some of those highs here and there as well. That's pretty much that's it pretty much from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy today's video, then again, please make sure you give it a like. If you want to find out more about the courses we offer, head over to our website, mcitradingacademy.co.uk, where you can find out more about the courses we offer, and you can also join our Discord community. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you have a great trading week there.